Easy is the latest album from The Weeks. We are joined by Sam and Kyle from the band.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for playing the track for us.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for providing this beautiful scenery for it.
Yes, I thought it was appropriate. Just, let's get the guys in some trees in the woods.
Usually these are in like small cubicles.
Yeah, so this is perfect.
Easy is the latest album I just talked about, right? It just came out. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
About a month old now.
Yeah, and so now you're on the road supporting it. But what was the catalyst for some of the songs on the album and talks like that, for example?
I think a lot of it was just sort of taking a step back because we were doing like 250 shows a year for like 3 or 4 years, and we just sort of got used to the groove of the cycle of that. And so as soon as we weren't even done with the previous record cycle, and we were already starting to record the next record, and we were like, we should pump the brakes maybe a little bit, just to like, let's make sure that we're doing this the right way and not just the fast way. Kind of also like watching a lot of our friends' bands break up. We just hit like 11 years. So, that's sort of like
1,000 in band years.
Exactly. And like with a band, it's sort of like a marriage. You have to like learn how to fall in love with each other like every couple of years.
And it's the core for the, I mean, my brother, my twin, and Sam and our bass player, Damien, have all been in it since we were 14 and 15. So
I think that's another thing that is different about us is that, like, a lot of bands, a lot of bands have been playing together since they were kids, but they're in like their 3rd or 4th band and incarnation of that group of people. But you don't find a lot of people that want to that will still put their name on what they made as 14-year-olds.
We just had our 10-year, last year, and we released our first ever album that we recorded that never really saw the light of day or anything, and we sound like babies, which is, we were babies, so it made total sense that we sounded that way. But it
rowdy babies, though.
Shows that we genuinely enjoy our stuff, because a lot of people would try and bury that first album to where they, but we enjoyed it.
We just put out a brand new album. Thank you. It was called Easy. We are excited about it. And this song is on it.
You guys have been together for so long, and you talked about playing so many shows together, right? How do you deal with the aspect of touring with your brother and touring with the same folks night in and night out? Is it just
you just scream at each other when you need to?
Yeah. Every once in a while that happens.
Yeah.
That's how bands break up, is when they're like, when they walk out. But if you just scream at each other when it's fresh, we did it this morning. It's like yoga. You just,
yoga.
That's the biggest thing. Is like, that's going back to what we were saying, like watching bands break up. It's because they just harbor stuff and they don't talk about things. And we started tracking. Also, I think I was talking about that. Like, we started tracking this record in the middle of tour, and we kept a couple songs in those sessions, but we parked the sessions because it was like, we weren't having disagreements, so we were sort of just like, be like, whatever, he wants to do what he wants to do, like, I'm just going to let him do it. And then you take a step back and you realize, like, there's no discourse here. Like, we need to actually, like, fight about these things because this is important. And that's really the biggest thing, I think, is just, like, let it out. Don't harbor it.
Yeah.
Hit each other sometimes.
That's I think how every relationship should be handled, right? And then the divorce rates wouldn't be as high as they are right now.
Talk it out.
Every band would still be together.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta, and honestly, sometimes even if you're still like, I know I'm right. Just gonna be like, whatever. He probably knew he was right, but he let me win a couple weeks ago, so I'm just gonna take the L today. I'm gonna give him the W, and we'll move on.
See, girls are watching this right now and are saying to themselves, he would make a great husband.
Yeah. I can speak, ladies. I don't know. He can be a little testy sometimes.
Well, see, that's him giving me the L right there. I'll take the L today.
You guys sound great. Really appreciate you performing for us.
Thanks for having us.
Continued success and best of luck for the rest of the tour.
Cheers.
Thanks
so much.
It is Sam and Kyle from The Weeks. The album is called Easy. You're watching B-Sides on Air.
Thank you so much.